One summer day, I met a beautiful red-headed woman. She was smart and funny and loved cats more than anything. I didn't know it then, but Other Human would become the love of my life and change it for the best. I miss Other Human dearly. It was raining hard outside. I heard a noise outside in the yard. I opened the door to see a small cat, nearly a kitten, hiding from the rainfall. It was Cat. I knelt and picked her up, but Cat wasn't too thrilled.
We walked through the underwater tunnel. The fish were as curious as I was. Human held me up so that I could get a better view. It was amazing. I'll never forget the aquarium trip with my human that day.
I did something I never thought I would do. I dressed up Cat as Elton John for Halloween. She didn't seem impressed, but I got a picture and had it made into a poster. That memory will never die. Cat was unlike any friend I had ever had. She would don a snorkel and go diving with me. She also donned a fake shark fin on her head, the same as mine, and we would darkly joke with the beachgoers. I utilized this newfangled machine called a computer to get a hold of all my friends. Soon, it would be a special birthday. 2 years ago, to this day, Cat entered my world and soothed my broken heart that missed Other Human. Cat's birthday party took place on the beach. A live band played while Cat and I danced as best as I could get her to. People watched and laughed, but I laughed with them. I didn't care. I once took Cat to a talent show to let her meow the national anthem. Unfortunately, Cat got stage fright and was ushered off the stage. Luckily, our mics were still on and it captured the now relaxed Cat doing her bit. We came in 4th place. I plugged my lava lamp and camera in. 3, 2, 1. I drew my sword and aimed it at the evil dragon standing guard of the castle, but Cat didn't care and just began bathing herself instead.
The first day of summer vacation was pool party day. The water was just the right temperature, and although I was a teen by this point, I couldn't get enough of the childish giddiness that comes from watching my human slide down a slide into the pool.
Cat was not a fan of Garfield. I thought since he was a cat, she might like him. I shielded her eyes from the real surprise. I wondered how she would react to Mickey Mouse and started to worry. I hated this show, Gilmore Girls, but it was Other Human's favorite show. She got me into it as well as into owning animals. Now there's nothing more relaxing than lying out on the floor with Cat and binging an entire season. Cat and I checked out the display model of a nice sports car. I had never wanted to get a classy car like this, but the little version of me sitting in the driver's seat does. After a thorough credit check, me and Cat were politely asked to leave by the salesman. At an antique shop, I found a massive 8-ball and couldn't help but to buy it and set up a crystal ball-like setup in the living room. Kat was interested and watched from the other side of the table for a minute. Kat followed me everywhere, even outside the house. We would walk up into the mountains and sit there looking at the beautiful landscape for hours. Halloween was renamed in my house the day I got Kat. Every year, I would carve a cat silhouette into a pumpkin, and Kat never got used to it, nor did she get used to cake. Shit, I forgot to put out the candy. I put my helmet on, safety first. Then, I strapped a baby car seat to the front of my bike. Kat had always enjoyed bike rides. Before we left, I put Kat's helmet on her that I made, safety first. Kat watched me from the window while I sat at the empty table. I hadn't even gotten any food and just listened to the sound of the cat clock ticking and the fireplace crackling. I miss other human dearly. Before I ever met other human and got into cats, I was into games as any young human seemed to be. I played Mortal Kombat like any other kid. My mother had a cat she called Fuzzy, but I didn't pay attention. As I read up on the latest Cats Weekly and did my stretches, Kat sprawled out on the bed after finishing her meal. Kat was only in sight due to the reflection of her in the mirror. I volunteer during springtime to plant flowers within the park. I quite enjoy the smell, and my unrequested volunteer helper, my cat, enjoys wandering through the taller flowers. Neither of us enjoys the bees, but it's inevitable and the world needs bees, not cat poop. On the television, famous painter Bob Ross talked me through his advice on painting, the first square of inspiration. The window was the second as I used the landscape just beyond the glass to inspire my art. In the future, there's a room dedicated to me and the stories I would create with my feline friends. A throne sat in the room on the end of a checkered floor. A picture of me and Kat hung above the throne.
Some nights, I would dream of a palace that sat on a sea of sand. Nothing could walk across the sand. Human and I used giant swan paddle boats to make our way around. Sometimes I wondered why my dreams are so strange. Meow. I will miss my human.
One of my most vivid dreams I have was about me and Kat, years after she passed. We were sitting on the crescent moon trying to fish, but in clouds of cheese. I never caught anything, but I wonder what could have been.
The end. Row.